What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with the review show from yesterday's game. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, Forest are back in action. We won. We won at last. I know we didn't win the last two games, but we won at last. I'll see Grove winning 1-0 against Ipswich. Get everyone's thoughts and feelings about yesterday's game, and we are happy at last. So if you are new, hit the like button, subscribe if you know, and get involved with this conversation. First of all, Glenn is meant to be here, but his Wi-Fi is playing up. I think he's got Steve's Wi-Fi, so he is playing up. So we've got the usual. People I don't want to laugh, but we've got the legend Chelsea in the street. How you doing, Chelsea?
I'm smug.
Smug.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I live in Ipswich. That's why I'm smug.
You live in Ipswich, people. You live in Ipswich. That's just why I got the big spot. But you're good, yeah?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, all good, all good.
And your partner's an Ipswich fan, yeah?
Sorry?
Your partner's an Ipswich fan?
Yeah, he's a town fan, yeah. So he's been sulking for for the last day or two.
Here he is. Here's Glenn. People in the chat, give some people to Glenn. He is working now. So we've got the legend himself. Glenn, you all right now?
I'm all right. I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but hopefully I'll... sorry for joining late.
Don't worry about it, Glenn. Don't worry about it.
How are we doing?
But you're good at Glenn.
Yeah, good. Was working yesterday morning in London, so I couldn't get up for the match. But yeah, looking forward to the next hour discussing it and listening from all of those of you who were fortunate enough to get up there and have an hour and a half of what sounds like a little bit frustrated, ultimately positive end. But yeah, looking forward to discussing it the next hour.
And last but not least, Chelsea's been taking the piss out of...
I know why you've left me last. Dore. Just say it. Get out of the way.
People in the chat. Chelsea's been taking the piss out of this guy here.
Yeah, I have.
with his new look. So if no one knows who this is, it's Jamie Martin with a tash. His new look, people.
This is part 2. This is the new chapter.
This is the new chapter of Jamie Martin having a tash. So people who comments, how do you feel about Jay's new look? Do you think he looks good? Do you think he looks... I won't say ugly, that's a bit harsh. But I think
That's a bit harsh, mate.
But how do you think, people, out of 10, do you think that tash suits him? Chad, how do you feel about his tash?
A 5. I'm going to go middle.
What is this, Dore? Is this take me out or something? What's going on here? I don't know. Are you turning the light off or something? What?
I'm going to grow mine for next time and see if I get
the reason I've got mine because it's cold out there, so I'm just trying to leave it as I can. But Jay, I've never seen Jay. I'm just trying. People, if I'm just laughing, I'm just laughing at Jay because since we've known him, I've never seen him have a tash. That's all, people. But yeah. Sorry, Jay. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you like Jay's tash. But yeah, let's talk about the game. I don't think Glenn's gone off again. We'll be back in a minute. Let's start with you, Chelsea, because like I said, it's massive 3 points. And like I said, your partner's an Ipswich fan, but how are you feeling? And how's your partner feeling about it?
He's a little bit of a bear with a sore head. I'm just going to say we had an agreement at the start of the game that none of us were going to take the mickey out of each other. That was going to be a nice, settled watch.
Yeah.
Not a lot of cheering. That was going to be. I silently cheered, but I was like, but yeah. So he's a bit of a bear with a sore head. We were in the car today, and randomly just went, yeah. I think Jotty went down too easy. I won a penalty like that, and I went. I don't think I agree. So there's been a little bit of
anger. What's his name?
Dean.
Dean, unlucky. That's what I'm going to say. Unlucky. That's what I'm going to say to you. But yeah, sounds mate. Bet team won. We've got before we do game, we'll just go for comments as well. But it's from Mohammed. Hi, Dore. Big win Forest. Might see lost the game. Maybe there might be a case of go there and hopefully win that. Hopefully 2-1 to Forest. You rest. Maybe Mohammed that, but we'll talk about that later on in the show. But I hope you're well, my friend. Paul, hope you all Mr. Dore. Good win yesterday. Let's hope City bad run continues on Wednesday. Again, let's hope. But like I said, we will talk about it later on. Evening, Mr. Dore, Charles, Jamie, Glenn. Hope you all well. I'm so glad we won yesterday, and it wasn't an easy game. I'm just writing Christmas cards and cutting the Forest joint. Eve, I beg you do a drawing of Jay with his tash. Please do.
Do a draw. Oh, I was just going to say, if you left the comment up, do a drawing of how it's like that. It's like, you can't even see it. But.
Oh, please do. Eve, please. If you do join my Jay and bring it to the game next against Aston Villa, please do. That'll make my day. So, Jay.
It's fine, man. It's fine. It's all right.
But, Jay, how are you feeling about this game? Because I said we won 1-0. And like I said, before the game, we had to show respect to Ipswich, but it's a major big 3 points for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there, unfortunately. I did get to watch it back, though, and frustrating, definitely. It was easier watching the game knowing the end scoreline. But, you know, I think the Jota Silva penalty was pretty... Yeah, it's questionable, right? It's a bit questionable. If it went against us, I'd be pretty disappointed. But, you know, it is what it is. I think over the course of the game and how Forest performed, I would say that they were the better side. Ipswich, you know, they're decent, but they're going to be down there for a reason. And I think, as I said to you guys in the pre-match, like if Forest is still winning games like this, or at least picking up points in games like this when they're not performing very well, that's probably a mark of where they are as a team and how far they've come. So performance wasn't there necessarily, to be fair, but what a penalty from Chris Wood. I mean, that was Stuart Pearce would be absolutely loving that. It was a proper striker's penalty. And then we held on as well, like Morato. I've seen a few people saying it. How many times have we conceded when Morato's actually been on the pitch?
No, we've not conceded, have we?
Because I've thought the last times we went 5 at the back, like last season, the season before, when we're holding the win, we can't keep that lead. Whereas now it's completely different. Even Kieran McKenna said it. It's so hard to break down Forest when they're in a back 5. So yeah, it was really nice to see at the end. You know, and 1-0, not the greatest performance, but you get 3 points. 6th place. Who would have thunk it, Ben? Who would have thunk it?
It's still mad because I think like Spurs drawn 1-1, so that meant, like Jay said, keeps us in 6th place. And we're in December and we're 6th place. It's mad how to think about it. Like I said, we lost to Newcastle, lost to Arsenal, but we're still in that mix, and it's still wow. It's crazy. I don't know where Glenn's going. It's like his Wi-Fi. It's it's his Wi-Fi. Blame Steve Welsh. Yeah, that's who we can blame. Charles, when the team come out, Jota Silva started over Langer. What was your thoughts on him? And people in the chat as well. What was your thoughts on Jota Silva starting ahead of Langer? But what was your thoughts on it, Charles? On his whole performance?
Yeah, I was quite surprised when Jota started, to be fair. I always thought bring him on as an impact player. That was just what I thought Nuno's mentality was, to be honest. Bring him on as an impact player, especially with Sosa as well, fresh legs. So I was quite surprised that Elanga didn't start. I don't think it was the best performance we've seen of Jota as an individual, personally. But I think overall he got the job done, what he needed to do. But yeah, I don't... yeah, it was difficult. I prefer him as an impact player personally, rather than in the start of the level.
Yeah, me too. Glenn, can you hear us, Glenn? Because I can see you well.
I can hear you really well, and I'm literally not moving. I'm not touching anything. I'm not feeling anything. I'm not. I don't even want. No, Chelsea, please don't make me wave.
Sorry.
Okay. Hi. As long as I'm here, I'm going to talk. I don't know what Jamie was saying. I don't know what Chelsea was saying. I will answer your questions, and if they go again, I'm going to see you next time.
Okay.
And I know all the comments as well have been giving you a hard time. That's all my fault for not being here on time.
No. Don't worry about it. Listen, it's not Glenn's fault. It's Jamie's fault because of his tash. That's all. So Glenn, I don't know if you know the joke. Before we were just taking the mick out of Jamie's tash. Do they look different with tash? Glenn.
Yeah, different.
Come on, Glenn.
Oh, different. Oh.
That hurt.
Different.
different. No.
No, mate. It's I can't remember the last time. Did I see you after the West Ham game when I was last up?
You
You might have done, you know.
Yeah.
You
It
didn't
didn't.
have a
It didn't look quite as full as that. Can we move on?
You can move on. We'll move on. But yeah,
Can we move on?
we're talking about Jota Silva. Talking about Jota Silva. Like, was you surprised that he started?
Surprised, yeah. Surprised with a couple of the decisions that they've been making. Obviously, in the background, there must be a reason, and there's been a call for it, hasn't there? So it wouldn't surprise me.
All right, he's gone off again. He's gone off. I think that's the end of Glenn. That is the end of Glenn. Playing the Wi-Fi. People in chat.
I'm sure I heard at the end there. He said, "Your Tash is amazing." Oh, you kicked him, didn't you, Dore?
I forget. I touched him. No, that's you, Jay. That's it. There's been calls about Silva, but he started. What's your opinion on it? The whole match about him? Like, he played. Is it 70 minutes he played? What was your opinion on him? And people in the chat as well, get involved. What do you think about Jota Silva? So yeah,
maybe at times just trying to do a bit too much, which I think is probably
he worked
a
hard.
bit of a common issue.
He tried too hard.
Yeah, I think you've got to be a bit more decisive, a bit quicker in your thinking in the Premier League. And it's not actually something that I think has just been an issue today. I think it's been yesterday. I think it's more of something that's been an issue beforehand as well with him. I think I think he's so passionate, and I think he's got so much energy that he just wants to do it all when you just need to do your role. But I think, look, I like Elanga a lot. I think he's a really nice lad. He offers a lot in the changing room, and he does offer a lot on the pitch as well when he's on form. But he's been in really bad form. I think Jota Silva's been raring to start for a while. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that Callum Hudson-Odoi is maybe on board time as well for him maybe getting swapped for Ramon Sosa, because I think Hudson-Odoi has gone missing a little bit in the last few games. And the refreshing thing to know is that when that happens, if they're unfit or they are out of form, you've got someone like Ramon Sosa, who I really do believe is top quality, to come off the bench. Why are you laughing, Dore? Well, I can see it in your face here. What?
No.
But no, I think he played pretty well, Jota Silva, for the most part. Bits to improve on, but like I'm saying for Hudson-Odoi, I think maybe Nuno might look to give Ramon Sosa a couple of minutes to start with as well, because if Hudson-Odoi doesn't start picking up the pace a little bit and getting some goal contributions, he might look to try something different. But as I say, it's so good to know.
Oh, Jay, what drop Hudson-Odoi for Sousa?
But why?
In the position that we are in.
Why not?
People in the chat, do you really think that? Right.
I'm not saying that he needs to. I'm just saying it's an idea. You've dropped Elanga. You've brought on Jota Silva. Maybe someone like Ramon Sosa, just to start.
People in the chat, how do you feel about it? Tough, do you agree or disagree with him on that one?
I disagree. I think with Hudson-Odoi, we all know. Yeah, because we all know the position that he's got to get into to curl it into the top right-hand corner. That's just like that. We just know that that's where how he's going to score. I think Town didn't let him get into that position to be able to score. I don't think Hudson-Odoi played badly. I just don't think he played like what he usually did. But was that because he couldn't get into position? Is that because,
Well, can I just ask though, would it be easier for him to get into that position in a late game scenario or an early game scenario? I'm not saying this is the same for every game, and I highly rate Hudson-Odoi.
You can talk about like a Liverpool game, for example. He comes on for the last half an hour, and we all know what happened on that. But maybe let me use the example of Brennan Johnson, because remember when Brennan had a little dip and we dropped it. No, wait, was it Brennan Johnson? Oh, was it Morgan White? Here he is.
I'm back. I'm back. This, if I could turn, I'm so sorry to interrupt. If I could turn my camera around and you see the setup I've got here, you'd be quite amazed. I've got laptops on top of phones, on top of all sorts, and I'm just trying all sorts of different ways. This is my last knockout I'm in the 10th round. This is my last chance to stay in the fight. Let's see how we go. I'm so sorry I got cut off, probably at my last word about Jota Silva. Have you moved on?
Right, no. Right. Glenn, the debate is right now. Jamie said, don't drop Callum Hudson-Odoi. No, wait. Drop Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Potentially drop him. Potentially soon.
Potentially drop him. Tel said she doesn't agree with him. What's your opinion on it? Dropping Hudson-Odoi for Sousa?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
2v2 now.
Oh,
What we're not saying is never play them in a game next time. What we're saying is start with an alternative option. Why not? It might not be the worst decision in the world. Both of these young talents were out of favour to a certain extent when they came in. Otherwise, they'd have played against Bournemouth and we may not have drawn that game. Who knows? Who knows? We might have had that little edge. Had that Newcastle performance in the Cup where both of them shone, had it not been for that game, they wouldn't have been in the situation they're in now. And they're such young, raw talents. Why not give them a little bit more time? Why not give them the start that perhaps their performances over the last 12 games have warranted? It wouldn't be, I don't think, a negative against Callum Hudson-Odoi or Elanga for Sousa to start. But why not? Why not? They're a squad player who play in a similar position, who are offering us a little bit different going forward. Why not?
Okay. So, it's 2-1, and I'll try and make it 2-2 on this one. I wouldn't drop him, but because we've got Man City, we've got Man City, we've got Man U, and we've got Villa next 3 games. If he has a shocker against Man U, then maybe. But I won't drop him yet. I like him too much. He's one of our best players, I think. People in the chat, agree or disagree on this one? I put a poll.
Can I just say I like him as well, but I said it earlier, like when you've got that, people don't know as much about Ramon Sousa as they do about Hudson-Odoi. And I think that's really exciting, especially when you're playing these, these bigger sides like City and United. And, I think that having someone like Sousa who's got the energy, that's the intensity you want to start the game with. And I'm not saying Hudson-Odoi doesn't bring that, but like any healthy squad, you will have rotation. The squad that stays the same, because you can say if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I'm not suggesting that Forest are broke. They're 6th place in the Premier League. But there's always things you can improve on and try and change. There's 10 other players on the pitch. Yeah. If you change one, I highly doubt that it's going to impact the rest of them so severely.
No, it does not. It does make sense because last time we made 5. Is it 5 changes that we made yesterday? And look, when we won the game. So
Sousa gets involved more as well in defensively, which is something that is really important, and it could be really important, especially in the next couple of games.
I get that. People, please do hit the like button, subscribe.
It's not about the first 11 anymore for me. It's not about those who start. It's about the 16 that are featuring in the squad, and it's so much more of a squad game than it used to be. For us, I don't know if players are necessarily seeing it as being dropped. I think being dropped is sometimes a bit of a a negative thing. But if the squad's together as they are, I think they definitely benefit from having a bit of rotation, particularly.
He's gone off again. Oh, God.
He sounded like a Dalek, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's on a shocker.
That was 11th round. That literally just before the finish. He could have won on points.
That was a target for you round. That was 11 round. People pray for Glenn for his Wi-Fi, please. Please do hit like, subscribe if you know. Let me ask you, Jay, on this one.
Yeah, sure.
It's Nuno said it was important that we kept that clean sheet. I think it was, wasn't it? Because, like I said, the last 2 games we conceded 6 goals. I think it was, but it's good for confidence. Because, like I said, we've got Man City, Man U next. That we will talk about later on. But, like I said, it's important for this clean sheet, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a confidence thing. If you've conceded 3 goals per game for the last couple, it doesn't look particularly great, especially when you've had such a good defensive record to start the season against some really good high-scoring teams. And also that's the principles that Nuno has in terms of being a good defensive unit. And I wouldn't say that the Ipswich necessarily the biggest scoring threat you're going to face, but they have got good strikers. They've got Amari Hutchinson who can offer something in attack. Liam Delap, who it goes without saying, does have a good ability in that department. Someone that bigger teams are looking at. So, yeah, I think keeping a clean sheet is always really important. And this is one of those games where last season, if we were playing them, or definitely the season before, had we gone 1-0 up, I would have probably assumed we'd either draw or lose 2-1. So it's nice to see Forest hold on to a lead. We're better at game management as well, which I really like. Nuno's game management is dramatically improved. And I think a lot of that is to do with having his own players and his own, squad trimmed down to the size he likes. So, it's a bolstering the morale of the team, especially the defenders, because Murillo and Milenkovic, by the way, are just complete mustard. I mean, it is obscene to think that Forest have got two central defenders like that, and then you've not even spoken about the fullbacks. Moreno when he came on, superb. Olarena just is Olarena. Sign him up, Forest. Sign him up.
Sign him up, Forest, please.
New contract.
Yeah.
Sign them both up. Sign Moreno and Aina up. Sign them both up.
It was funny because when I remember it was in Liverpool away, and I spoke to his dad before the game, and he said, like, with not Aina, I wasn't about Nick Williams. Aina, he should stay. I want him to stay, but if he's playing this good, Jay, someone's gonna snap him up, right? That's money talks.
But this is football. I mean, it's almost like falling in love with a lone player, right?
Exactly.
You don't know if he's going to stay, but you've got to remember, Forest are in a very good bargaining position. They've got Hudson-Odoi here, they've got Elanga here, two of his best mates. From what we can see on the outside, at least. He clearly loves being at the club. He's played for Fulham. He's played for Chelsea. He's played for other sides that were in the Premier League, and Chelsea doing very well. I think this suits him down to a T. I think that Forest is the right place for him because we give him that opportunity to play all the time. And we've given him his confidence back after maybe not his best spell in Torino. So I think, whatever he chooses to do, all that we can do as Forest fans is have respect for him and thank him for everything he's done. And there's still a long while until we have to be thinking about that. But all I can say is, and it's a bit of a plea, please sign for Forest Olarena again. At least 2 or 3 years, keep us happy, because that guy is a superb footballer and a superb human being. And that's what you needed at this club.
The thing is, I know money talks, but the togetherness that Forest has as well, you can't knock that against other clubs. I know where I'd rather be. Would I rather be somewhere where I'm getting a fortune and don't have a sense of any belonging? Or and that's what Forest offers, and I think we offer that above any other club anyway.
100%. Lots of people, like Peter just said, please hit the like, subscribe button. If it is completely free if you do. And I don't know if Jay keeps banging on about coming back on YouTube, and people in the chat, do you want Jimmy Martin back on YouTube? I do.
I've just moved house. Look, this is myself. I've got all my shirts on my ceiling. I've got I've got literally everything everywhere. I've just moved house. So once it's done,
there's no excuse.
You're not ready, Dore.
Do you think there's an excuse for this nonsense? There's no excuse. Get back. People chat, spam him and say, yes or no, do you want Jay Martin back on YouTube? Because he does talk some. Well, I'm praising you, Jay. You got some knowledge. See?
Take the praise.
Yeah, I will. Believe me. Yeah.
Let me see this comment from Jay, aged by 5 years since the last season.
I'll take it. Do you know what? I'll take it because I was coaching the other week, and the lads came up to me and they went, "God, have you changed?" I'm like, "No, why?" And they went, "Oh, you look 17 now." I was like, "Do one. 5 years. I'll take it. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you."
Wait, and especially says, has the moustache got his own YouTube? Yes, he has. It's called Jamie. Wait, he's talking about his moustache with himself.
J Martin Mustache Man. That's what it's called.
Yes, he has. It's called. What's said? Is that the promo?
Is that the porno tash? Might be when I go to Australia. I think I'm going to shave the beardy bit off and
no, keep it.
stuff that.
You like it. You like it, Jay.
Thank
People. Right, let's keep the same subject. So let's talk about Chris Wood. Yet again, yeah, it's a penalty, but yeah, again, he's got the same record as Brian Roy now, isn't it? So, what's your opinion on Chris Wood now, Charles? Charles, my last question, was you one of the people when Chris Wood signed, didn't like him, yes or no?
At first, no, I admit I didn't.
Okay.
I'm going to admit it, I didn't. And I did, I found myself, oh God, and I really didn't. But I think with the Town game, I don't think he had many touches at the first half, did he?
No.
Bless him, at all. And I think what happened with Town was, obviously, usually we'll run it down the line, ping it into the box to Chris Wood. That's what happens. But I don't think Ipswich actually let us do that. We weren't able to run down the line. We weren't being able to ping it in. So I don't think he had many chances at all, especially in any of the games, to be fair.
100%. What about you, Jay? Like I said, I think, if you look at hindsight, it was good that he had a little rest at Arsenal. And then he can fully have a good training session for a weekend, come back, fresh man, and then he scores a goal, and then we've got bloody Man City, Man U next, bloody hell. But what's your opinion on Chris Wood now, Jay?
I mean, I was one of them that said it was possibly one of the worst deals that Forest have done in their history. Because on the face of it, it was. It was one of the worst deals. The 15 million with a £4 million loan fee and a year with a year option is just like insane business. But it has worked out. And that's why I don't work in the Forest recruitment, department. So, yeah, you've got to give them credit. You've got to give them credit for that. I mean, Chris Wood, it was still a very expensive deal at the time, as I say, and I'll hold on to that. But I've always believed that he can turn things around, but I didn't think it'd be to this level. I always thought that Taiwo would be our striker taking us forward. And I feel really bad for Taiwo as well, because he just gets so much insults and so much abuse for something that he can't handle. But Chris Wood, after that injury against Tottenham, by the way, that's the best thing that's ever happened to Chris Wood.
You know what? That game against Tottenham Spurs when he got injured, he come on, didn't it? He come on. Yeah. He got injured after 5 minutes and I thought, that's it.
Yeah, because he collided with someone and season was over. And that, from that moment, you see the videos of him in training looking really lean, working really hard. Last season, obviously, without, saying it, he just smashed it. 14 goals or 15 goals. And then now he's already on 9 and we're not even at Christmas yet. Dore's already got his Christmas music on, but we're not actually at Christmas yet.
Hey, don't give me the listen, because he's trying to find some jabs at me. I've been nice to you, Jay.
Mate, that was a big old left up door. I don't know how you didn't feel it. But no, on a serious note, look, Chris Wood is Mr. Reliable. Every team needs a Chris Wood. And other than Mo Salah, he's the most consistent goal scorer in the league at the moment. Haaland's completely gone off it. And if you ask me, would I swap Haaland for Chris Wood? The answer would be absolutely not.
You liar!
Now, no.
You liar! I'll take Haaland now. See, you know what it is?
He's our Kiwi king, isn't he?
It's like Tash has changed Jay's mood, and that's all it is. All it is, people.
Have a bit of fun with it. Why not?
Have fun with it. Please hit like and subscribe. People in the chat, because when I was at the games today, the last 15 minutes, I was on edge. I'm not gonna lie, I was on edge. People in the chat, was you on edge, Charles? Because I was. I could because like when the subs come on.
Yeah.
You brought Morata on, and everyone knows Morata's record. When he comes on, we didn't concede. But this one felt differently to the other games that we played. But how did you feel?
Yeah, obviously taking Gibbs White and Anderson off,
yeah.
2 attacking midfielders, only 1-0 up. Like in my head, I was like, no, we're only 1-0 up. You don't do that. And that's when I just thought, we've now gone full defensive. And there was quite a chunk of time where I did allow Ipswich to, put pressure on us. And not gonna lie, I wasn't liking it at all. And I could feel Dean beside me sitting up and getting, oh, this is lovely. I was like, no, you sit back down. I was like, I'm not having that. So yeah, I didn't like it, and I was on edge for the rest of that game. I did feel like we were just hanging on to that goal, and I understand that, you know, obviously Gibbs White took him off just to rest him after his injury and stuff, so I get it, but it just still wasn't nice, and I didn't like it.
Dore, you got mute, mate.
Oh, hello.
Still figuring out
There you go.
bloody microphone.
That was me.
Jay brought this gave me this, and he's trying to set me up with something rubbish. Absolutely disgraceful. Can you hear me now? 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Okay.
These old people, they don't know how to use a microphone, do they?
You look 50, mate. Look with that tash. You don't give me that no nonsense, right? Jay, don't right. People in the chat, do you think you should shave it? Yes or no? Shave it, mate. Shave it a bit. I might shave mine to be fair, but it's too cold out there. Right, stop trying to do. Yeah. How did you feel last 15 minutes, Jay? Like with the was you on edge?
Well, I was watching it back and I knew the scoreline, so I was actually quite chilled out. I was thinking, I know what happens next here. Yeah, oh, watch out for a great header. No, but you know, I watched that last bit, and even knowing the score, whenever. It's just a naturally instilled thing in me. Whenever there's the last 15 minutes of a game and I see Forest, you know, are winning 1-0, I go, for fuck's sake, you know, what's going to happen? You know, is Kemar Roof just suddenly going to appear and handball it in? Do you know what I mean? What's going to happen? You know, anything. I had to bring it up, but anything can happen in the, you know, the last minutes of a game, and especially a team like Ipswich that are down there, you know, and trying to fight the way out of it. And I was saying actually in the pre-match that this is looking like an incredibly low-scoring relegation battle so far. So I think teams are going to do anything to get out of it.
You know what? Someone said on X. What did they say? Second. It was a Derby fan and a podcast saying it felt like a mid-table. Yeah. People in the chat. I don't. What
was unoriginal, boring post, by the way.
That was a good. James, I don't know if you know. Someone put. This game, it feels like a mid-table championship game, and it's Derby fans who run it. People in the chat, did it feel like a championship game? Am I missing something? I don't know, because
I mean, yeah, if you're looking back a few years ago, I think that's where it's been. But if you can't disrespect Forest over the cup, no matter what team you support, you can't deny that Forest got the history of a top division.
The Derby fans, the guys, them two are Derby fans.
I know. It's an unoriginal tweet. They just steal stuff.
Jealousy is an ugly trait, isn't it?
So boring.
Yeah. Well done to Barry Bannon, and who was it? Who's the other guy who scored for Wednesday? Who was people in the chat? Who was the other guy who scored for? If you paper bump Low, is it Low? Yes, Low. Well done, Sheffield Wednesday and Low for grabbing the 3 points against them lot. Well done. We talk about another player, Nico Williams. I know set pieces was awful, but I personally feel, is it Hutchinson, the right winger? I'm going to ask you, Chelsea. You come in, and I thought Williams was good. But people in the chat, how did you feel about Williams? Do you think he should start against Man City? Yes or no? I'll do a poll in a minute. How did you feel about Williams, Chelsea? Do you think he deserves a start against Man City or bring in Mourinho back?
I think it's one of them situations where, like, because he hasn't played, you know, most recently, I feel like he needs another game. I don't know whether it was just that things are a bit stale, maybe. I didn't think he played badly again, but I just don't think he played like the Nico Williams that we know. So I wouldn't mind starting him again. I think he needs another start. But I know what you mean. Like with Hutchinson, obviously he is one of Town's major threats, him and Delap. I know Smodic as well, but the thing is you're in that situation now with Forest where we actually have players that we can go, oh, should we start him? Maybe. You know, we have got players, whereas before we kept to the same starting 11. That's all we could do because we had no one else. And we were almost desperate, whereas now we do have more options. And I think we are all got to that point where we don't really mind who starts or who comes on, and we are.
It feels good, doesn't it? When you wait, it feels so good. Like, yes, we got a good team now, and feel like Williams can come in from Marino, and even like players like Morata. I think Morata's a fantastic player, and he still can't get in the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've got two fantastic defenders.
It's a nice problem.
Nice problem. How do you feel about it, Jay? It's a great problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Nico and Moreno, I would say that I think Moreno is the better fullback. I think he offers more in the way that Nuno wants him to, in terms of being more attacking. Because if you are going to have someone like Hudson-Odoi on the left-hand side, who likes to cut inside, naturally you want a fullback that is going to overlap, or a wing-back that is going to overlap, because it just creates two dimensions of attack on the left side. So, yeah, I mean, having so much competition in that area, it's hard for the boys that don't get to play, and I feel for them. But their time will come. I think this is only something that, their time will come. And with Nico, I mean, it's just tough, because you do have to be a different level to get above these players. And that is just the way that football is. He's young, he's got longevity, he's got quality already. But I know people will say he plays so well for Wales, and I get that. And Wales have been on great form under Bellamy with Williams in the squad. But Moreno's still a class above. And I think Nico's got some work to do, in his game to get there and get over Moreno. But against a really tough and techie opponent like Amari Hutchinson, I think he actually did quite a good job of neutralising him. So, but as Chelsea said, I think that we've not seen the same Nico, but I think that is down to the fact that he hasn't got consistency in game time. But on the overall point about the amount of players we've got waiting, it's still Omar Bamidele, by the way.
Exactly.
He's just waiting. And by the way, against Newcastle in the cup, I thought he was actually really good. Liverpool at home last season, I thought he was spot on. So many games where he's played really well.
We've got him got Bolly.
Yeah.
We've got
Bolly, exactly.
Nice problem.
And Bolly, by the way, Wolves fans would do, and I'm putting words into their mouth, I don't care. I think Wolves fans would do absolutely anything to have Willy Bolly back at the moment, because they're in free fall, and I feel awful for them, because Gary O'Neill's a good manager, but they're missing a man like Bolly,
It's a nice problem to have in it, Forest fans, and like I said, we're sixth in the league. It's amazing to feel like we're still above Man U, still above them other teams, above Spurs as well. It's a nice feeling, people. Before we do talk about Man U and Man City later in a minute, people, who was your man of the match yesterday, and what was your rating? So I'm going to ask the panel, so people get involved. Please do hit the like button, subscribe if you know. And as well, Paul says even Toffolo can't even get in the team as well. And I said, and is he good enough? I'm
going to be honest with you. I personally think that the game where I said love Toffolo, would keep him around, but he isn't good enough to start or really play much. Chelsea at home, the mistake to let Reece James run down the wing, and unfortunately, it's too common in his game. Yeah, I think. I don't even want to say it because it sounds a bit harsh, but he's almost like a transitionary sort of player. That transition from making it up to staying in the Prem. Been really, been such a great personality to have around. By the way, the work he does for charities and mental health, superb. He's a wonderful person, but in terms of game time, I don't think that he's there for me.
100%, people. Right, so people, I'm going to ask you, Charles, who's your man of the match and what was your team rating? People in the chat, get involved as well, man. Get involved.
Oh, man of the match, I'm going to go with Aina. I mean, I just think he's just so reliable. He just goes about his business, and I just think it's fantastic. And I think the overall team rating, is that what you asked? Sorry, team rating overall.
Yeah, team rating. What's your team rating out of 10?
I don't think it was the best game that we played. If I'm honest, I don't think it was the worst. So overall, I'd say 6.5.
I'll take that. Jay?
Olarena, team rating 7, super consistent, but I'm going to give them that extra 0.5 because I'm feeling generous. Extra 0.5 because they got 3 points. So I think we'll give them a bit more generosity.
I'll say, I'll say 6.5 if I'm honest. 6.5 because like I said, it wasn't a great game, but these kind of games that you when you're on form, you expect to get, you want 3 points as well. So and my man of the match, because what my match was, As well, to be fair. Nico, for me, set piece wasn't great, but against Omar Hutchinson, he had him in his back pocket, if I'm honest. So for me, I'll say Aina. That's me. We got here's Glenn. His length right knockout people, so that's why he's not here. Agreed, Chelsea. Aina, my match member, we got him for more than we paid for our first car. Glenn, how much was your car, Glenn? How much was your car? My match was definitely Aina again. And like I said, Aina, Forest sign him up. Sign him up, because if we don't, is he free to talk to people in January, isn't he? He's free. Yeah, so hopefully we
That's
do.
scary, isn't it?
Yeah, that is very scary. But Forest will always have a plan if he doesn't sign.
Yeah.
We'll have a plan as always, because the recruitment's been fantastic. So we just don't want to go down that rabbit hole and bring in someone useless in that. Right. We'll have a little 10 minutes talk about Man City, Man U. But let me ask you, Jay. We've got Man City, Man U next. People in the chat. We've got Man City, Man U, and Aston Villa. These next 3 games are. Is this where we feel like we are where we're going to be this season?
Look, I was actually talking to someone about this the other day, and they were like, "Oh, Forest on a European tour. Even though you've lost to Newcastle and Arsenal." I'm like, I'm not buying into the Europe stuff yet. Okay, I'll hear the Kanye West Estelle song and I'll sing the Hudson Odoi stuff. Fair enough, but I'm not buying into Europe yet. I've said 13th from the start of the season, and I still back my prediction. I'd love to.
You said 13th.
Yeah.
What? Where'd you say that? Did you see it on my stream?
I would have said it on your stream, though.
Well, I'll find the receipts.
You find the receipts and find them Jokeresh ones as well while you're right.
People in the chat. If you do remember, did he say 13th? If he says it in the WhatsApp group, I'll try and find a WhatsApp group as well, because I know he's lying. You're lying, Jay.
Well, either way, 13th I'm going for, Dore. And look, there's always the possibility that we do finish top 10. I think that the way that Forest are consistently defending so well, maybe if they add another striker in January, and maybe, I don't know if they will, but if they do add something there in January, or they maybe should, I don't know where they really need to add, but if they do add something in January, could give them that bit of extra quality. But based on current form, you'd be finishing in the top 10, wouldn't you? But we need to see how we go in these next 3 games for me. United.
How many points do you think we'll get? Right, people in the chat, how many points do you think we'll get out of Man City, Man U, and Aston Villa?
I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say 2.
2 draws.
I don't know if we win any of them. Okay. I think we draw. I think I'm going to say it now. I think we're going to draw with City, and I think we're going to draw with Villa. I don't think we'll beat United.
Man U's the worst team. I don't
think they are, mate.
Because the one against Everton. Come on, Jay. Have some little confidence. They want Everton. Everton are shocking.
You asked me to come on and be honest, Dore. I'm just saying. But this team consistently proved me wrong. So, what do I want to aim for?
Charles, please do better than what Jay just said. Be honest. Yeah, how you feeling about it?
I had 4. That's what I'm going to go with. 4.
Yeah, I'll take 4. I'll take 4 points.
Yeah, I think we'll win and we'll draw, and then we'll have a loss. But
who are we going to win against?
Now
you're both sitting on the fence here with this. That's all. You're both sitting on the fence. No. I'm just being honest.
No. You are being honest. But Jay, did you say we lose against Liverpool?
Yeah.
Right. Did I say? What did I say? Okay. Right. That says it all then. Because you're always wrong. Charles, who we win against?
Now, see, I don't fear Villa. I don't know what. I just don't fear Villa.
They were shocking today. Absolutely shocking.
I just don't fear them. Me and Dad always speak about it, and we never fear Villa.
They're a good team, though, Villa. They're still a good side.
Yeah, they're a good side. I don't know why. I just don't fear them when we go in. So I don't. Okay. Oh.
Come on.
Man City, they're not great at the minute. Do I fancy my chances of getting City there?
Man City?
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, go on then. I'll go rogue. I'll go win against City, draw Villa, loss at Man United. Boom, in.
Okay, my turn. All right then. I'll say 6 points.
Where?
Clip this right. I'll say.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm ready for it.
Clip mine and clip
so
yours.
ready for what you're about to say next. Door. Here we go.
Out of Man City, Man U, Aston Villa,
Yeah.
I feel.
Say it, Door, with chest. I said mine.
Okay. I'm saying it with chest. Fuck it. We'll beat Man City, beat Man U, lose Villa.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I'm saying it.
And if we beat Man City, you get me back on here.
Yeah, we'll beat Man City, we'll beat Man U, and we'll lose to Villa.
Okay.
I'm saying it right now, people. Clip this because when it happens, yeah, I'm saying it.
Oh, I'm clipping it, all right. I'll be sending it to all the fan channels that I get a load of this guy.
Before you watching this, we'll beat Man City, we'll beat Man U, we'll lose to Villa. I don't want to lose to Villa, but that's how I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it because to get the views or whatever it is, and people are blah 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 blah. I'm just saying it. I'm not saying it because I'm all hyped up because we're 7th place. I'm just saying it because Man City are not playing great.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Man U's got Arsenal out there on Wednesday, and we've got them on Saturday. I think it'll be because Man U's not playing great out there. Who's played a bit Ipswich? Got a point there. They played on Thursday. They played on Thursday against that Dutch side, didn't they? And they beat Everton, who was shocking. I think we'll be a different test to them. That's why I feel we'll get a chance against Man U, against Man City, and we'll beat Man U. That's me saying.
And we're away, aren't we? Man City and Man United, and we always play better.
Jay, you can do them with that facial expression like as much as you want.
Mate, I just want Forest to get 9 points, honestly. But
That's in our heart. We want that. But I'm saying it, people. We'll beat Man City, beat Man U, but I'll do a video for it. The video will be out tomorrow. Yeah. Sorry, Jay, I got to say it. Yeah?
Saying nothing, mate.
All right, you're not saying nothing. Right. I think we're good. I think that's been a good show, people. I know Glenn's internet has not been shocking and that, but that's not his fault and all that. But it's been a great show. Thank you for Charles. Thank you for Tash Martin. I'm starting to call you Tash Martin and that. Tash Martin. I know that. Tell you, but when you're back on YouTube, so people can start watching, man. When you start he's moved people. That's why he's moved house.
It's I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've moved house and it's a nightmare. So I'm gonna be getting all my studio sorted out in the next couple of weeks. So probably in the new year, and then I'll be starting to do some travel vlogging as well. Non-football related stuff. I'll be travel vlogging. So I'm going to Australia 3 weeks in January, so I'll be vlogging it.
I cannot wait till Jay goes.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone, I'm telling you.
Am I heck? That's Oh, Dave. Wait, do you do non-football videos? You're gonna do?
I'm gonna do some travel vlogging. Yeah. I'm gonna try and do as much football as I can, and I'm gonna go and watch Joe Lolly in Sydney.
Oh, that'd be good.
So obviously gotta back your boy, haven't you? So yeah, that's it. So stick around, like and subscribe, and
that's for me. That's for my channel, not for his. So if you can, make sure you do subscribe and like as well, and watch Ditch's vlog as well, people, because he was a good vlog. I met Alex Griffin as well, and he's a top guy, Alex. As well. Do you know Alex Chelsea?
Yeah, he well, I've seen him a couple of times. We go to a track night in Ipswich. I run and track night, and he's been there a couple of times. And I've watched his vlogs with Dean and stuff. So yeah,
he's a top guy. I met him 5 years ago when we drawn. I don't know if you remember, Chelsea. We drawn. It's 1-1. What's his name? Wagner. Can you remember it's Wagner? He played for Forest. Can you remember Jay? I don't think Jay was born. No.
Yeah, I know you're making jokes like this because it's past your bedtime, isn't it? You could have had Coronation Street on and in bed by now.
Isn't it wrong, Coronation Street? Right. So just,
oh, yeah, there we go.
Right, people, it's been a great show. Thank you for Jay. Thank you for Chelsea. Thank you for Glenn. He come on. He shows his spirits as well. Here he is. Man himself, Glenn. top show.
Top
Or
man.
well done,
Top man.
Chelsea, great debut. No, Glenn, that's not a debut. She's been on a few shows, Glenn. Slack him.
It's fine. It's
Go on.
fine.
No, Chelsea's been. I think Chelsea's been the best out of all of us, to be fair. So people show some love. Show some love to Chelsea. Just Chelsea, don't grow attached like Jay, please don't. Yeah.
I'll try not to. I'll keep shaving.
But yeah, today leave it. No, don't shave off, Jay. Leave it. I think you look brilliant. You look more manly, and on all that. So yeah.
And can I quickly say before we go,
Yeah.
Garibaldi Girls, if you want to be a member, go on our Instagram, fill out the form, become a member.
Please do. When's it starting? Because I need to speak to Ellie, man. When's it starting, man?
Well, we're getting everything in place. Members, we're getting all our members in, and we're getting there.
Shout out to the women's team as well, by the way. 19-0.
19-0 the one. Can't believe, Forest Ladies won 19-0. It was a cup match and all that. So well done to Forest Ladies as well.
Unreal.
Wow, 19-0. They got some good players, man. They really. I've watched them a few times at Secret Round, and they've stepped across like you expect when you invest so much money into the women's football to be notch, but it's a next notch as well. Yeah. But well done to Forest Ladies for winning 19. Make sure everyone go on Instagram and Garibaldi Ladies as well. Make sure you go follow them. I know Chelsea and Ellie are working very hard on it as well. So I need to get Ellie on, man. People are chatting. Let's get Ellie on. We'll get you on as well, man, so we can talk man and get rid of Jay and all that. So but yeah. But people, it's been a good show. Watch out for that. I'm doing a video tomorrow about Man City Man U game. We'll beat Man City and we will beat Man U. You hear it first, people.
Manchester is ready, Dore.
Man U's ready. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you hit like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon. Peace and love. Up the Forest.